What's going on, guys? Me Shukishu. We are back with another Musume video. In this video, we will be going over the new Manor that we got last night, which is Fort Chaos Miracle. But before we do that, let us go over the comments we had gotten in yesterday's video. So the first comment is from, well, actually before, let me just make sure there aren't any new comments here before I start. It looks like we have a total of 5. And I see a total of 5. Okay, that is good to see. So, starting off with Nova, Atelier Rise of Anime, huh? I didn't give it much thought because it was based on the first game, which I think is not as exciting as the sequels. I have yet to start the third one, but second one is pretty good. The only reason why I was pretty interested to see it is simply because, of course, it is based off the game. So, of course, if it does go well enough, or the support goes well enough, it can move on to the rest of the story, which is most likely going to be the second and third game. So I'm just hoping it does well. That way I can see, I guess, more of it animated, and that would be pretty cool to see. Liar Liar turned out to be meh, but watchable. The ending didn't break me like Shiro Neko Project. Honestly, the ending, Shiro Neko Project was what, 2020? Honestly, when I saw Shiro Neko Project, I thought the whole thing was alright as well. It was just like, it was basically just like one of those animes where it was just like whatever. Didn't really impress me too much, but didn't really disappoint. So I could pretty much see, you know, what you mean by that. I think the thing that really, how am I trying to say this about Shiro Neko Project? I think it's because there's such an abundance of like fantasy action anime out there with like demons and stuff. Whereas I'm just like, let's just see how this is gonna go, because there's such a huge, vast amount of animation just like that. But I could say that the animations were actually pretty darn good in 2020 for it, so that I can give much. Whereas for Liar Liar, I believe it's I think it had the psychological tag, so that's one of the other reasons that I got really attracted to it. I think it also has, obviously it was in a school setting, so it'll have school, I don't know about, and I think suspense and possibly romance. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I'm just gonna go watch it when I watch it. That's for sure. But we'll see what happens. Still, my advice to you is to watch the anime now. If they have multiple parts, you might have to wait another 5 years for Mushoku Tensei to finish. I think, let me check something out. The reason why I wanted to wait out for now, let me see something real quick. I forgot when I said Mushoku Tensei was going to continue, so that's pretty much what I'm going to be looking for right now. I think I said winter. I think. Not too sure. It could be fall. And that's probably the main reason why I am not. Yeah, I think it is fall. Let me see. This shouldn't be so hard to see, but oh, not there. Okay, I don't know where it is. I swear I saw it though. Or was it on later? You know, maybe I could search it. Coco Tensei. Yes, so the part 2 of season 2, I believe that's what I was waiting for. That does come out in the spring, so that is quite a bit. I thought it was in the winter, but if it's in spring, then I could justify watching it pretty early or watching it as soon when I feel like watching it around now. So I think I will watch it now since it is a good amount of time before that part. So thank you for mentioning Mushoku Tensei, because if you didn't mention that I should just watch it now, then I probably wouldn't have. Then I want to get a good CM Uma, but I'm still struggling with Cheer Nature and Ines Fujin. I have Measurable Ardent and Sirius at UF9, and I think that's good enough for now. Well, it seems like you only need one more, so that's good enough to work on for the rest of the time. I don't know if you want to try Christmas Degree Cap. Good if you want to. But yeah, hope you get your last Umo done, and thank you for the comment, Nova. Next comment's from Darren Endless. I'm trying to train my Teo a week, but failed of all time. Were you trying to train Teo the whole week and all of them were fails? I can't pass UE4, but my support cards, they are compatible with leader strategy. I can't even pass UF4, so I'm like a whole rank below you. And then Eugen responded to Darren Endless's comment saying, I saw your support cards on Sakura Laurel and have Creek, LB4, and some cards, so I think your CM will be pretty easy since Yui's normal given the cards you had. I wonder how lucky you get those, or did you spend some? Actually, now that you mentioned that, Eugen, this whole time I never figured if Darren Endless had spent on the game or not. So that is a really good question. Because when I saw the Sakura Laurel video as well, all those cards were really darn good. At least way better than what I was using. Or what we're using. Well, at least you guys have the like El Condor beat card. I only didn't get it. But thank you for the comments, Darren Endless and Eugen. Eugen does have another comment. That'll be the last one we're going over. Next one is from Shinra Narukami, or Shinra. Oddly enough, the 8-character banner has been treating me pretty well, but not in the way I want. I got 3 new SSR Umas, but the Blaze Narita Brian continues to elude me. I don't have any Narita Brian, so I didn't decide to pull on that banner at all, as you probably have noticed. So it is what it is for me at this point. I'm just gonna get the regular one off the verses, and then if whenever Blaze Narita Brian decides to appear, then it's basically like Katsuragi Ace for me now. But what were the 3 new SSR Umas you got? I would like to know. I'm pretty curious on what you guys gotten. Thank you for the comment, Shinra. And then the last one is from Eugen. Nice training over there, and you're getting used to it. I am. But I just need to probably fine-tune some things, and maybe it'll be way better. Actually, one reason I think I'm actually doing better is because I'm not worrying about stamina too much. Like, in the back of my head, trying to get around a certain amount, like 850 probably, is my minimum. It's the only thing I worry about most of the time, but it definitely changes a lot not having to get stamina to 1,000. But it does pressure me a little bit more to try to get guts a little bit more higher, because I was getting guts pretty high in the long distance setups because of stamina, so we'll see what happens. Soon you'll get UF5 plus Teo. That would be much more competitive in the upcoming CM. Hopefully. I'm back to parents factors, or maybe great-great-grandparent factor, because there's a specific white factor that I want to get and upgrade it on the next Tachyon factor event. The skill I want to get is Essence of Racing and Energy. What's this? Oh, is that the whole thing? Essence of Racing, Energy? Let me just make sure. Yeah. Green Heart Icon skill that gives plus 40 to stamina, guts, and wise when the motivation is good or better. It can only get from Ura. So the first scenario, maybe level 5 at Happy Meek. So I'll be coming back to some scenarios. The other one is self-control that gives wisdom plus 60 and less getting panicked. So basically my target is having Essence of Racing Energy, self-control, and large scenario, stamina and power up on parents and grandparents. Of course, since I'm always going for escape, I'll try the groundwork and big fan. There's only 8 more days until the end of the half TP, so I'll take this opportunity until the last day. Of course, I do random train for next AM, probably turbo. I think every time you say probably turbo, it's most likely you'll train twin turbo. I don't know what event you haven't brought twin turbo yet, but probably the dirt one, and that's the only one I can think of. But you do that. 8 days to try and get all this set up. I wish you luck on that. I wish you luck on that. I just hope within these 8 days I can get someone set up and I'll be happy. But thank you for the comment, Eugen. And that is pretty much all the comments from yesterday's video. Let me just double check, see if there's any more comments. Any more comments? Nope, I don't see any. So now let us move on to KS Miracle, because she is a new character. Good thing I didn't disregard it and thought she was Hishi Miracle. I think I mentioned that in yesterday's video as well, where I was like, I thought we had her, but it was just Hishi Miracle. So we did get a new support card as well. It is a power Hishi Amazon. So first things first, KS Miracle. I believe she's just a short and medium or short and mild distance. We're gonna check this out at level 1 3-star. She is 102 speed, 72 stamina, 89 power, 102 guts, and 85 wise. At level 5, we do have her at 125 speed, 88 stamina, 109 power, 125 guts, and 103 wise. For her aptitudes, we have her as a turf runner, distance, short, and mild distance. I'm going to say both of them because she can obviously do both of them. Strategies, leader, betweener, but I'd say you probably want to most likely use her as a leader, and you'll pretty much see you later in her skills. So, and then her growth rate is 15% on both speed and guts. Moving on to her unique skill, we have Blue Light of Happiness. I'm not sure if that's correct, but that is what I got. During the first half of the final leg, if you're in a good position, you will get a speed boost. The effect is stronger in short and mile races. I like how it gives both distances. It gives it more, it makes it better in my opinion. That way you don't have to stick her to just short. You could actually use her in short and mile distance. So that is really cool to see. Onto her innate skills, we have passing preparations. For leader, at a random point on the final corner, if you're in the first half of the pack, your speed will slightly increase. Then we have countermeasures. For short distance, if you're near the front in the second half of the middle leg, your acceleration will slightly increase. Then we have head-to-head. For leader, during the first half of the final leg, if you're in the first half of the pack, your acceleration will slightly increase. Onto her awakening skills, we have leader straights. Slightly increases speed on straights for leaders. Then we have Speed Star for leaders. At a random point on the final corner, if you're in the first half of the pack, your speed will increase. Nimble Step for short distance. If you're in the first half of the pack during the second half of the middle leg, your speed will slightly increase. And Fierce Competition for leaders during the first half of the final leg. If you're in the first half of the pack, your acceleration will increase. So what I'm getting out of a lot of the skills that she has here is, let me actually check something. Okay, so it's just good to see because when I was going over the skills, I was like, why do I feel like I'm saying the same thing all over again? But it's all right. It's all right. Onto the evolved skills, we have Speed Star over here, and it goes into K-Speed. For leaders, at a random point on the final corner, if you're in the first half of the pack, your speed will increase. In short races, you will also get a slight speed boost. Conditions is Condition 1, win at least 7 short races or get at least 3 speed type skills, which should be alright if you just have measured a Ramino, because you'll be getting 5 anyway. And then her second condition, have at least 600 guts. And then for the next one, we have fierce competition into Spark of Life. For leaders, during the first half of the final leg, if you're in the first half of the pack, your acceleration will increase. Then, when there's 200 meters remaining in the race, your speed will slightly increase. The condition for this skill is condition 1. In the let's see what this is. In the search under the overpass training event, select choice number 1 or get at least 2 acceleration type skills. Second condition, have at least 800 speed. Skills from events, calculated preparations for short distance at a random point. During the middle leg, your acceleration and lane movement will slightly increase. I can't go see it here. And that is pretty much it for KS Miracle. I think she'd be a pretty good unit for short and mile distance. Based off, I kind of like her unique. She probably, obviously her preferred would most likely be short distance, but you could totally run it for mile distance from what I see here. And then lastly, we'll just be going over the Hishi Amazon power card, because why not? I'm not doing any summons, just saying that now. I'm I guess just start saving now for a banner that I want to pull from, so we'll see what happens now. So at level 50 for this Hishi Amazon power card, unique effect, gain skill point bonus 2 when the bond gauge is at least 80, friendship bonus of 25%, motivation bonus of 50%, starting bond up 30, hint level bonus level 4, hint rate up 60%, stamina bonus 1, special C rate up 35, race bonus 5%, fan count bonus 15%, and increased training 10%. And we have just a couple skills here. We have on standby. For chasers, become slightly harder to tire out during the middle leg. Have clever corner. Your speed will slightly increase on a random corner. Last leg, at a random point in the first half of the last spurt, your speed will slightly increase. Outstanding stratagem for chasers. If you were in the second half of the pack in the final leg, then during the first half of the last spurt, your speed will slightly increase. Chaser straights for chasers. Slightly increased speed on straights, and we have slight detour. When blocked during the last spurt, become slightly better at navigating through it. And then I don't see any list for this here, so this is gonna be quite interesting. It's gonna be quite interesting for me to find this out. So we have, nope, that is not what I was looking for. Chaser's corners. At a random point on the random corner, your speed will slightly increase for chasers. So I'm trying to find these skills here. We have straight shot for chasers. During a last spurt straight, your acceleration will slightly increase. Don't worry, I'm trying to look for the skills. Over here we have Moon Shadow Blade. At a random point on a random corner, your speed will increase. Then I believe the bottom one is Imminent Shadow. Yeah, Imminent Shadow. During a last spurt straight, your acceleration will increase. And then there was that one debuff one, which was Faltering Chasers. Instill hesitation and slows down growth with the strategy chaser in the final leg. And that is pretty much it. Here's a full chaser support for a power card. Could be useful for if you're not using a stamina card. So basically anything but long distance, I'd say. If you want to run a power card. I'm running a guts card for now, so I just want to see how that is. And that is pretty much it. Honestly, I would have pulled for your KS Miracle if I wanted to. I would have done it because I would love to have a better short distance or mild distance to use, but because I think I'm lacking around there when it comes down to Umas that are like set for short distance or mild distance. So I'm still not gonna pull because I do want to save for any future banners out there. But with that being said, guys, that is pretty much gonna be the end of this video. If you guys didn't make it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button and leave a comment down below. Let me know if you're gonna pull for KS Miracle. I feel like majority of you probably will not, as I am not as well, because I already did the damage trying to go for Sono Diamond, and it didn't happen. So I want to save as much as I can, as much as possible, before possibly Measure Ramino or any future characters that will come up that I'll most likely like. So with that being said, guys, see anything else? Nah, I think we're good there. We're good there. But with that being said, guys, that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you once again, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.